Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Hartson. Today I'll be breaking down this Thursday, March 30th Prize Picks board, going over the best bets of the day, touching on the best probability bets that we're getting, as well as the best odds bets across all the sports. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Do appreciate all the support recently, guys. It's been huge. It's been great. Can't thank you guys enough. Make sure to check out my Patreon link down below where I have more Prize Pick plays as well as NBA DFS content. You can find that premium package link down below. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for all the likes recently. It's been huge. All the support. If we get to 60 likes on this video, that'd be huge. I do greatly appreciate all you guys' support. And yeah, let's get into this board breakdown. Before we get into the board breakdown, just want to say follow me on Twitter at HeartDFS. And then recapping the plays yesterday, we went 1-1. The over on Vooch absolutely nuked. I think he finished with like 40 or 40 plus PRA. Absolutely nuked his over there. And LeBron James, he just absolutely hooked us. We missed by point 0.5 on LeBron because he got pulled. It was only a 14-point game. It wasn't like it was 20 or 25. 14-point game with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, and they pulled LeBron. It wasn't like he was at 35 minutes either. Like he was playing a full game. He was at 31. Like he just hit 31 and they pulled him. It was just super frustrating, missing by point 0.5, getting absolutely hooked there. But yeah, I think we're still 12-2 over the past 7 videos. So great streak there, still continuing it. Yeah, I have some more picks for you guys today, but yeah, make sure to follow me there on Twitter. Hopefully, we don't get hooked today. But yeah, let's get into this board breakdown. So, in terms of best probability bets that we're getting right now, just in terms of ones that have the over push potential or the under push potential, right now, or I'm going to highlight, they're always going to be NHL ones. So, as you can see, the top 2 that we're getting are Anze Kopitar, the under push potential of shots and goal. Right now, the sports books that have them at 2.5. PrizePicks has them at 2. Obviously, I don't like that. PrizePicks already discounting them down, so I don't like hitting the over push potential bets unless we see one that's super good. And then the second one obviously is Darnell Nurse, over push potential of 1.5 shots and goal. PrizePicks already has them at 2. As you can see, it's solid odds for the sports books having them go over the sportsbook line there on the rights, but PrizePicks already has adjusted it, so I don't like going with those. So we'll just kind of filter that out. We'll just go to no push potential, and we'll see what the best probability bets that we're getting. As you can see right here, we're getting a shots on goal one, or we're getting Marchenko for the Columbus Blue Jackets right here. 57.7% chance that the board likes for his under. So if you like that, I don't mind it. Wooga Poplar has been just popping up all over the board the past few days in terms of his over on rebounds. These sports books are really liking his over there of 3.5. So I don't mind that as a college basketball one. Johnny Giroux, shots and goals there. As we can see, there's a MLB one popping up. It is open day of MLB, and this board is saying that we're getting really good odds here for the under on the Dylan Cease and the Framber Valdez no runs first inning bet there -150. So that's one that's really sticking out. If you guys want to go to that, we'll pull it up here real fast. Dylan Cease and Framber Valdez, right here. I think they are right there. First runs allowed. It's first hits allowed. I was like, what is that? First inning runs allowed right there. You could definitely take the less there. That's what the board is really liking for MLB. But for right now, I'll just clear that. And then moving on to NBA, the first NBA one that we're seeing pop up in terms of best probability, we'll go over the best odds in a second here, is going to be the Jaylen Brown rebounds and assists. I think this one is more of a stay away from me. Now, we're getting good odds across the board from the different sports books of him hitting the under there. It's saying it's 56.3% chance of him hitting his under. I just don't like it. And the reason is if we pull up Jaylen Brown real fast here, is, he's a guy in close games, which versus Milwaukee should be a close game, Eastern Conference Finals rematch. It's super hard to trust him getting that under just because he's a guy who plays huge minutes, right? Like he should see close to 38, 39 minutes. And just with his averages alone, he's seen about 7 rebounds per game and almost 3.5 boards per game. And so just with his rebounds alone, I don't like taking the under there because with his averages, he's already hitting the over, especially with those minutes there. And I don't know. I just don't like it because they're projecting him not to hit the over, but he's seen the minutes, right? Like he's been productive. Obviously, he has those games where he just doesn't do much peripheral stat wise in terms of like the rebounds and assists. But he's a guy that is just, yeah. I mean, he's there. He's playing the minutes. He's super aggressive. So that's just more of a stay away from me. I don't like that one that's popping up right now. So moving on to the next one, Trey Murphy threes over there at 2.5 is one I don't mind, and the reason is he's been playing, or he's been shooting the ball super well recently when it comes to the threes, as we can see here. 4 of 6 against Golden State, obviously 1 of 7, but then 10 of 12, 4 of 8, 3 of 9, 3 of 10, 4 of 10, 4 of 7, 9 of 14, 2 of 7. So 3 of 5, 4 of 9. So he's actually been shooting it very well the past 2 weeks here. I think he's had like the third or fourth most threes in this month of March, alongside like Steph and Clay and those guys. So I think that's a pretty solid one there that we are getting. In terms of the rest, everything's kind of getting bogged down by a bunch of college basketball, MLB, NHL props. We do see Chris Middleton starting to pop up a little bit here with the over rebounds and the over points and assists. Um, right now, I think the points and assists actually. Let's just go back to that real fast. Where'd it go? Chris Middleton points and assists over 23.5. You can see we're getting really solid odds from Caesars Sportsbook at minus 142. So I don't mind that. Let's just take a look at that real fast. Chris Middleton. Now he is questionable, but they did hold him out yesterday, so I do think he'll play today. In a close game against Detroit, he did see 33 minutes. Did almost see 30 minutes against Denver in a game that did blow out, so he could have saw more. Another blowout saw 30 minutes, so it's looking like he's back to normal minutes, as we can see here, seeing about 34 to 35-ish minutes. And we know he's a guy who's super productive, so I do think this line is a little bit too low here. For his points and assists. So I do really like this in this matchup. Obviously, the news there is if he plays, but I do think he plays. So points on the list, 23.5 over there. I do really like those odds. So I'm going to lock that in as the first pick for today. Let's see what's the PrizePicks has him at real fast here, guys. Points and assists. Chris Middleton minus 115. So they're saying it's split pick him right now. But just in terms of his production, I think they're kind of devaluing his production recently, especially playing alongside Giannis. Chris Middleton's pretty much back to peak form. Obviously, his points per game are still a little bit low, just because there's been a bunch of games where he was coming off the bench. Obviously, he hasn't played. He's only played like half the season, so that's just a little bit too low. But as you can see recently, he's been catching fire. 34, obviously 13 in the game blew out, 19 in the game that was a blowout, but then 20, 16 in close games there. 31, 19, 11. Tough shooting game from him there, but then 24, 6 just did not shoot well. 18, 11. So he's kind of been floating around the mark, but I really like this stretch here, kind of at the beginning of the March, where we were seeing the minutes. He was seeing about 34 in close games. He was seeing 30 in blowouts, and he's just been aggressive, right? Like 14, 15, 13. He's floating around 15 shot attempts per game as well. He's a guy who's usually a pretty solid three-point shooter. Has not been shooting it well the past 4 or 5 games. Can't get to the free throw line. So I think all this is adding up. And as we can see, he's averaging 5 assists per game as well. So even if he's having a poor shooting night, he can definitely get you there with assists. I do really like these points in assists over here for Chris Middleton. And we're getting solid odds, 54.5% chance probability. Caesars has him valued at minus 142. So yeah, I do like the over there for Chris Middleton. We'll pull him up here real fast. Why is he not popping up? Oh, there he is. I'm not sure why he wasn't popping up overall. That was a little annoying. But yeah, we're going to take the more there for 23.5 points and assists for Middleton. And then on the opposite side, actually, we'll just get into the best odds bets real fast here before we go over my second pick. And then for the best odds, sometimes it always doesn't match up with the probability. Sometimes there's a little bit of difference. But as we can see, Johnny Giroux just shoot up there. Barchenko's still up there. We got Poplar who's still up there. The Trey Murphy threes is really sticking out, as I mentioned. He's been shooting the ball super well. We're getting a golf one there, Tyrell Hatton. MLB, Dylan Cease, that one's still popping up there, which is a solid one. We see the Jaylen Brown one, which I don't like. Going to stay away from that. Another no runs first inning under right there is the Alex Manoah and the Miles Mikolas. They're liking that one. I was deciding for the second pick between Al Horford over rebounds and Jason Tatum over points. So I say go with whatever one you guys feel more confident in. I'm like the points for Jason Tatum, but as we can see, Al Horford, 54.5% chance of him hitting the over rebounds of 5.5. So we can see across the sports books, you know, BetMGM has it minus 140, Pinnacle has it minus 140, PointsBet minus 125, Caesars minus 33, FanDuel minus 120, and then DK has it minus 135. So a lot of sports books are having the juice there on the over for Al Horford. And we'll take a quick look of why for Al Horford. So moving to Al Horford, and the reason is why is it's a matchup where against Giannis, they like using the big bodies of Horford, Grant Williams, even Robert Williams trying to guard Giannis. So Horford will see about 30 minutes in a close game, maybe even a little bit more depending on how he's playing. So you should see the minutes there. And he's a solid rebound, as you can see, averaging over 6.2 rebounds per game on the season. And in the minutes where he's playing close, or when he's playing a good amount of minutes, he's easily hitting over. Unless there's games where blowouts and he loses his minutes. But yeah, he's usually floating around the basket. I think it's a solid bet there for the rebounds. But I just feel a little bit safer with Jason Tatum kind of stepping up here in this matchup, averaging 30 points per game on this season right now. So I think I'm going to go with my boy Tatum here in this matchup. His points right now are 28.5. So we are getting a point and a half of discount there just from his averages on the season. And obviously with Jason Tatum, we know heart and soul of this team in a close game, probably will play close to 40 minutes. He's going to shoot the ball 20 plus times. Usually a decent 3-point shooter. He shoots it at volume too. So if he's hitting it, that really helps out there, getting easy points. He gets to the free throw line. He can become a free throw merchant. As you can see here, 16 and 18 at times. So that's just more of a plus there. And obviously he's just super, super good. And the last game they did play was on, I believe it was Christmas Day. And I think he went for 41. So I'm not like a huge previous, he's, gone for the previous 5 games for some, because it's not really factoring in everything. But, I will highlight that he did play them on Christmas Day, played 36 minutes and went for 41. So I'm liking over here for Jason Tatum. We'll look at the board real fast and see what they think about that. But I'm liking his over points. As we can see here, they're liking over too, 52.7% chance of him hitting over, minus 125 right now on DK Sportsbook. Let's just confirm real fast here. We'll go to points. Tatum minus 125 over 28.5. I'm liking that. And the reason is I'm kind of sticking to this game as of right now is that the big news for the other game, the Denver and Pelicans game, is that there might not be Jokic, which right now the board's kind of looking like they are still thinking that Jokic might play and get ruled in. They have him off, but right now it's kind of looking like Aaron Gordon, he'd probably be closer to like 18 points. Jamal Murray would be probably closer to like 24-ish, 25 if there was no Jokic. So they're not really factoring in Jokic being out as of right now. So right now I'm just kind of sticking with the first game until we kind of get the official news that either Jokic is in or Jokic is out. So you guys can definitely go that route of taking a shot on the Denver guys if you think Jokic is going to get officially ruled out, because those Denver guys' props are a little bit too low. But right now I'm just sticking with that first game. The over there with Chris Middleton, points and assists, and the over there with Jason Tatum, points. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Do appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.